I'm 14 years old. So yeah, that's the basic introduction of myself. You'll get to know me later. So I came out of school when I was around 7 years old. So I was in third standard. So I was just getting into third standard. And why I came out of school is because I was finding some the other ways or some reasons to not go to school every day. So the first 3-4 days of third standard, I had stomach ache. Uh, so then, so then my mom sat me down and asked what happened, and then I told that the teachers hit me because of my handwriting, and then and the next day my mom went to school and then spoke to the principal, and the principal told your child might have school phobia. So then my mom took me out of school right away, and that's how I came out of school. And then after that, the next 1 year, it was I was bored because I didn't know what to do, and then yeah, I my mom told study or do something like that, and I would just play around with my friends or in my mom's school or something like that. So then after a year, we realized that uh, why that was happening was because we were trying to recreate school at home. And I don't think that helped a lot because I was really bored. I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I didn't have the resources or the exposure for exposure. So that's what happened in the first year when I went unschooling, and that would say that was I would say that was very boring. And the only thing I would do is I would rather watch movies or play with my friends. That's all. Um, then I always loved dance. So after that I really getting it. I really got into dance, and I took it very seriously. So every day I would practice for 2 hours, 3 hours, and then so that channeled my energy somewhere, and I would always talk about dance or something like that. So that was so I focused on that a lot when I was like 8 years old, and um, then because of dance I wanted to improve my fitness and flexibility and all of that. So I went to gymnastics. So I wanted to go to gymnastics and I didn't find any place. So there was a lot of work because me and my dad took around 2 months to find places where we can where it's close to our house and I can go for gymnastic classes. And then I went to gymnastic for around a year, and I did dance for around 1.5 years. And then after that I came to Aarohi, and when I came in I was very clueless because I didn't know what open learning actually meant. So when a lot of people told me that we plan what we do and there is no classes, I'm like, okay, this is like heaven, and I want to come here. So right after I went there, when we came back to Bangalore, I wanted to join Aarohi. So after that, me and my mom and all sat down and we were making a decision. If I join Aarohi, the gymnastic will stop because they were very strict on the timings. Every day, 5 to 7, I have to be there. No holidays for me. So I chose Aarohi, and I'm really glad because when I was 9 years old, I came to Aarohi, and I think I learned a lot of things. I learned how to become responsible in my life, and then I learned a lot of life skills, and then I learned how to make friends because I didn't know how to do that before, and that would really affect me because I didn't have a lot of friends before. And then when I came to Aarohi, I learned how to do that, and I learned a lot of skills, and I picked up a lot of interests in the middle. So like so carpentry I learned, and other things like skating, juggling. I don't know, a lot of things. So that was that really helped. And the thing is, I and after some time I really got homesick when I was in Aarohi. So I got really homesick, and I couldn't stay there. So I left Aarohi after around 1.5 years, and then I went. I started like traveling. So me and my family traveled to LSUC in Rajasthan first. Then I really loved the environment and how it gave me joy, the traveling experience. And then the next 2 years, I just kept traveling around India. Any opportunity for me to go, I would go. Sorry. And that really helped because I made friends all around India. And I think that really helped me in boosting my confidence. And um, yeah, boosting my confidence. And I as I traveled, I learned many skills which will help me in the future. And that was amazing. But there were so many moments which I felt homesick when I was traveling, because I really missed like here. Because once some time I went to a camp in Udaipur, and it was around 2 months long. And the first 2-3 weeks I did not like it, because I was not focusing on the camp. I was focusing on going back home. And the first 2-3 weeks was, I think, was very bad. I used to like feel very bad. I couldn't sleep till like 11-12 in the night. And then I slowly started I mean, my friends slowly started helping me to get out of that circle, what I was doing. And then I did a lot of things. I engaged myself in different things. And then I felt great. And so that that was that now I feel that was helpful, because uh, I learned how to keep myself busy and then not let my emotions go to my head. So then I did around 2 years of traveling and other things, but I was slowly drifting around. So I didn't have like a goal to do anything. So I after coming back to Bangalore, I would just sit at home, watch films, or just do very little things, which I was not happy about, because as I was bored. And then I went to Abik. Abik is another place, and that's another alternative place. And I went there for 1 year. And then I learned a little bit of academics over there, and then different things. And then after that, I came to uh, Aarohi. And those 2 years, Abik, and then last year and the year before that, I really got into music. I really wanted to explore music like a lot. So first, I was really interested in drumming. So I joined drumming classes, and I made drums at home using tires, tape, dustbins, and all of that. And I made drums, and I used to practice every day. And then one day I broke the drum because I got angry. That's different. So then uh, I was just slowly getting into music and all of that. And then my friend introduced me to hip hop, which is rap. That was 3 years ago and all, but I got really into rap, and I started listening to it, and I started going to the technical parts of it, like the word plays and all of that. So then I started making small songs, like 4 or 5 lines in a notebook and all of that. And it was never good, because I don't know what is I didn't know what rap was. And then last year I started researching about what hip hop and rap was rap is. And then I learned about I learned different things, different styles of rap. and then how I can write, how I can record, how I can make my own beats, and all of that, which is very important when you're making your own music. And I really really love that. So I started writing a lot, and I that is like my main interest right now. And then at the same time, I loved animals from the starting, but I um wanted to get a little deeper into it. So last year I went to an internship called uh, to a place called Prani the Pet Sanctuary. It's near Somnali, and there I learned a lot about how I can keep and how I can take care of animals in my house, and how I can rescue, and then how I can rescue different animals. For example, cats, dogs, even some birds, and all of that. And I learned the what a pet industry is doing, and what all is happening around in the animal world. And I met few people, and I spoke to them who has who run pet businesses like dog shops and all of that, where they sell dogs. And I spoke to them, and I learned where they get the dogs from. And it's like a chicken mill is there, where they keep all the hen. So it's the same thing for dogs, but it's very very it's illegal, but it's still happening. um, so I really got into it, and now I'm helping a few people in rescuing animals on using my phone, and then making posters for them. And then at the same time I learned dog training. So now I'm making it like a small business, and making I'm training dogs around my area, around 2 to 3 dogs around my area. So yeah, that's all.
Yeah, I guess we can just go on listening to all your stories, and
Yeah.
um, so I guess we can just go on listening to all your stories and all the different things that you have been up to. Yeah. Um, so good. We'll pause here, and we'll take on Dhrupad, and then we will see what questions people have. Uh, and maybe at some point you can also talk about the experience you got at the Prani. Yeah. Okay, Dhrupad. So over to you.
Okay, hi, my name is Dhrupad. I'm 15. I'm part of
Okay, just one moment. There is some echo there.
is it clear now?
Yeah, let's try.
Okay, so my name is Dhrupad. I'm 15 and I'm part of Aarohi, but not part of Aarohi because I don't stay here. So I'll start since I haven't been to school like since I was born. Uh, and I think it's been a different journey for me. And listening to other people's school journeys is, I kind of right now. I mean, a while ago, I wish I went to school, but just for other reasons, not for the academic stuff. Um, so I have actually, since I was small, I was very active and active in the sense like I used to do a lot of different things like, and I had different aspirations at different ages of my life, different stages of my life. So, for example, when I was small, a few of my relatives were serving in like the army, navy, and air force. So I always wanted to be in the army, and like I have these really funny videos of me holding a toy gun and like screaming and stuff. Um, so yeah, and just sorry, I haven't written like in a timeline, so I haven't started from when I was small and then till now. It's kind of mixed up, so you might get confused a bit. Yeah. So then, in campus, I got into, um, let's see, making weapons. Like I got introduced to fishing like through YouTube and stuff, and I used to watch bow fishing videos. I got fascinated by that, and then I wanted to make a spear and stuff like that. So because I wanted to do that, first I just used a knife to peel stuff and all to make the weapons, but then nothing happened properly. So I got into carpentry, but then I did a whole different thing. I started using coconut shells and stuff to make not jewelry, but like pendants and stuff. Um, and like learned from few people, resource people who came to campus. Um, and just kind of went with carpentry for a while, but then kind of stopped because that wasn't my interest. Um, yeah, that's the one of the side things. And my main interest right now and before was football. Um, how I got introduced to football was that one of my friends, like he also joined Aarohi at that time. He told he wore a jersey of a football player I hadn't heard of, and that year when he came, the 2014 World Cup was going on. So we I watched the first match and stuff. So I got really fascinated. And before that, I was all a cricket guy, like no football, I just cricket. And I didn't want to be a cricket player, but I was very fascinated with cricket. And then I realized that cricket is really boring for me, at least. Um, so and then I remember there was a match and there was a player who lost. The one of the teams lost, and I was happy that that team lost. But then one of my favorite players is from that team right now, so I kind of looked him up, and then I got interested by his skills, and I just tried to copy him. Um, that's like he's one of my idols, and yeah, then I started playing football and learning different skills and understanding about my body. That gets us to like the fitness part. And that time I was really skinny. I'm still skinny. Not that I become like muscular and like bulky and stuff. I'm still working on that. Um, yeah. Then another part, I was interested in planes and I wanted to fly for like I watched Top Gun the movie and I wanted to fly for the US Air Force until I realized I'm an Indian and I can't fly for any other country other than India. So I was disappointed by that and I decided not to like pursue the flying thing because I got bored of it anyways. It was just like you watch a movie and then you get like really excited, yeah, I want to do this, and then you don't do it at all. So the plane thing got me to history stuff and like World War Two. So I got fascinated by World War Two and I started reading about it and also watching a lot of videos. Like there's these few videos that are animated and like explain the whole story of World War. Like there are few parts, two, three parts of it, about 20 minutes each. They explain who did what and stuff. And I did not know geography at that time. Like that time, if you ask me where's America, I'd be like, I don't know. And so because of World War, I got to know the geography of and like which countries where. So and I also got into like capitals. I wanted to know the capitals of every country. And so my parents still, I mean my family, we still ask each other the capitals of each country and sometimes. Um, and as I said, planes got me to World War, and then after World War, I started exploring submarines and ships. Like I wanted to understand how they work and how the planes work as well. So I read about that, watched videos, and made a like. I took a jatri. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's like a session we do in campus, 1 hour a week or a day. So I took a presentation in that, and also I watched a few movies about World War, and I just thought it was cool, not because of the dying part, but I don't know, I just found it fascinating. And I wish I was alive at that time, but I kind of don't wish that I'm alive at that time as well. So it's kind of like mixed feelings. And I also got into the Cold War, so just understanding about Russia and US, what happened, and I also because of that I got introduced to communist and capitalist people. I mean communities, whatever. Um, yeah, and as the main thing I said was sports. I'm very active into sports. Like I like playing different kind of sports. Cricket was I went to cricket twice and then I got out of it because I got bored of cricket. And then at one point I want to play frisbee and like be a really good player and stuff like that. none of that really got my attention. Um, Sorry, is it clear now?
Yeah, Drupal.
Okay, so I tried different kind of adventure sports. I went for skiing in Kashmir. There's like an institute over there, and that place taught me not just the technique about skiing and stuff, but there was a lot of. It was the principal of that administration or whatever was. He was a ex-military person, so like all discipline, you can't come out of your rooms in your slippers and stuff, and it was really strict. And you have to call everyone sir, which was not used to me because I've never been to school. And in campus, we just call the facilitators by their names or even nicknames or like fun teasing names as well. So it was a bit weird the first time I went, and I won an award over there, not an award, like a prize for coming first or something. So that kind of motivated me. So I went again twice there to do my intermediate and advanced courses. And yeah, I thought it was fun. Every time I met some new people. And the last time I went like with a few friends, no adults, like just uh, three guys and like two, three girls. So five of us in total. And it was fun there. We met new people. And I also worked out with a few of them the last time I went. Um, yeah, then I went with my family to Andaman and Nicobar Islands for like sightseeing and scuba diving. So scuba diving, I learned the science of the ocean, like why you cannot come up and so like quickly without you can't you have to stop to equalize your ears and stuff. So water pressure, how that works, and I understood about scuba gear obviously, and the ocean, marine life, and boats again. So it was fun. Um, I went for surfing, but I'm not really going to talk about it because I don't think it's necessary. Yeah. Um, and then another one of my main interests is Spanish. I don't remember how I wanted to, why I wanted to learn Spanish. Maybe it was because of football again. The commentary, all the Spanish people be like screaming stuff in Spanish, which I couldn't understand. And I thought it was cool to learn Spanish. Yeah, I thought it was cool, not because I wanted to use it or anything, but now it's changed. I want to learn Spanish now because it's used in a lot of countries. Like it's like English but different version. So it's used in like a lot of South American countries. In Europe, a lot of people know. Even in Portugal, you might speak Spanish and get away with it. Like you don't have to learn to speak Portuguese. Um, so I've been learning Spanish by I started learning with books, but it didn't really work out. And then I tried videos, but then I found Duolingo. So I think that's really helped me. Because I think it has all the learning stuff in it. Like there is words, you got words, you got voice. They have voice, like they speak, and then you have to speak, try and match the same accent, and try to recognize and type out what they're saying. And it also has images. So three things that really help. And you have like competitiveness. All people in the world, they're like different leagues you join, so you get promoted and demoted to different leagues. That's just in case you don't know Duolingo. Um, yeah. Then because of football, there is fitness, which I started working on, and my inspiration for fitness is the players that I've watched and I admire are really well built. They have good bodies, and they they won't be at the top league if they didn't have their fitness right now. So that's what inspires me. And because of fitness, also I understood my body, about the different muscles and bones that are there, and also knowledge of how to use like different equipment. Um, just got something just to show, like bands over here, resistance bands. Just simple things that I use to make the workouts harder for me. Um, and in for the football right now, I'm playing at a club called FCBU. I'm an academy player, not like the main player. So I'm not yet um, like a high profile or high level player, but I'm working towards that. Only football right now, and side sketching and Spanish I have. So my aspirations are I want to play in the top level in India first, and then we'll see after that what happens. So I'm just working on that right now. And I think the last one is sketching. This is something that I can show you. So I've got my books and stuff, my equipment to show what I do. Um, Sketching also, I don't remember why I started it. I think it was something to do with Pokemon cards. So I wanted to draw a few Pokemon characters and stuff like that. So uh, yeah, right now I'm just learning how to draw, and in the future, I I want to at least sell one sketch. I don't know how good it'll be. But I just want to sell one sketch, even if it's for like maybe not $60 or something, but it should be reasonable for the sketch. And I want to like make it an extra earning like football, and then on the side also sell sketches and earn some money from there. So since I can show you the sketches, just a second. So like this is one of the first ones. It looks horrible. I don't know what I drew there. Um, then slowly I progressed to then because of weapons I watched Avengers and stuff, so I just decided to draw like the Stormbreaker and stuff. So that's like the next levels of my sketching. And again, just an example of World War. This is oh shit, I forgot the name of the German Air Force. Yeah, it's Luftwaffe. So this is one of the Luftwaffe airplanes, which I kind of drew. This is not sketching. This is just the starting drawings. And I decided I wanted to draw something like different this year. So like I drew this. It's not exactly a sketch, another drawing, but I felt happy because I spent like 2 hours doing this, and I thought, let me get into some portrait drawings. Like let me draw people and faces. So then I started. I bought a course on Udemy. Uh, so I started learning about different things about sketching, the shading, different techniques, and that I don't know what to explain, and proportions, how to draw eyes and stuff. So this is the first one I drew. It looks a bit, the face looks a bit fat in the this picture, and another one of my recent works are. So like this is the next level, and I use different kind of material for this. Let me just show you that. So this was also after I bought the course. It required a few different kind of material. I just kind of got this kind of set which I really like, and I use this to learn new things. Like even just combining all of these materials to make just a really good sketch and stuff. So yeah, that's about that. And just to show what really like the what your this is like a half done sketch I'm still working on. So it's not yet completely done, but there's like new techniques. Like the beard is done with charcoal powder and brush, just dots, they're just dots, and a bit of um, brush movements. That's it. I think I've covered everything.
Dhrupad, can you talk for about a minute about the whole football thing? How many hours you work on it? What are the different aspects in the field, off the field? Just a little bit.
Yeah. So right now in football, like the past week and stuff, I'm working on it for like I do 3 sessions a day of football and 3 of fitness. I think it's about 5.5 or 6 hours a day. I haven't really checked it. And I have the technical stuff. Then there is tactical stuff, watching videos and analyzing the top players, how they move and their how they play their game, and how to stop, how to get past defense and stuff. Then I have my fitness, which is really important. So right now I have not a problem, but my legs are too long to support my knees. So they were paining for quite some time, for a few months. So right now I'm doing rehab plus my practice. So it's almost done. The rehab, I feel it's almost done. I don't know if it's done yet. I'm working on strengthening the knees, the glutes, and muscles around them to support my body weight. Um, and from my club, we have online sessions. So it's 3 times a week. I do that in the evening. So we have like fitness and also drills. Um, and so last year I was part of like a different, not like, we had a coach, me and 3 4 friends had a coach who was like teaching us the basic skills in football, the hard skills about um, the beginner stuff, what we should learn, and try to like make those better. And the club which I joined is like pretty recent. I think in Jan or Feb I joined. So I don't have much match experience playing matches. So that's one of the reasons I joined a club, so that I can get match experience and like probably play better. Because I was just doing practice and probably playing 1 or 2 matches in training. Um, yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, so thanks, Dhrupad. Um, um, well, both of you keep you can keep the videos on. Yeah. So thank you very much, and I'm sure there are a lot of questions that people would like to ask to both of them. So Drupad has never been to school, and I think Skanda stopped after third standard. Yeah, and thereafter they've been on their own, designing their own life and their own learning. So please go ahead. You can ask questions in the chat, and I will put the questions forward to them. And so I will read out the questions, Skanda and Drupad, and whoever wants to answer can answer uh, the questions. So yeah, please go ahead. You can ask questions to them. Preferably use the chat. Yeah.
Should I answer the question?
Yeah, sure. Oh, you've already seen the question. So Roshni is asking, you didn't mention you wish to attend school. What part of it?
It's like really, it's not that logical. Like I watched like different kind of movies, and so just a school experience. I wanted to experience it once, and like be part of maybe the football team of the school and stuff like that. That was the only reason I wanted to join. Yeah.
Okay, Priya is saying, I would like to know about the skiing. But Priya, if you can ask a specific question, then I guess it will be easier for them to answer. Sandeep is asking, don't you miss school when your friends go there? So I think this question is for both of you. So you can answer one by one.
Should I answer?
Yeah, sure, Skanda.
Okay, so the thing is, I never like had school. I mean, all my friends go to school in the morning, and I do my interest in the morning, and in the evening, yeah, if they want to come to play, they'll come, or else no. I don't really miss any, because I have so many friends who don't go to school, and they're really good friends of mine, like friends from Aarohi and then other places also.
Should I answer the skiing one now?
Yeah, and you can also answer this question about what do you feel when others are going to school?
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah, your friends. When your
Your friends are going to school, you are not. So how do you think about it or feel about it?
You asking me or Skanda that?
You, Drupad. Skanda already answered, so you can go ahead.
I don't have friends who go to school, but I wouldn't be jealous of them anymore, because I don't think it's necessary for me to go to school and stuff. Yeah, and the skiing thing, it's in Gulmarg, Kashmir. I went. It's a 2 week course that have this. So there's basic, intermediate, and advanced. I finished all of them. And you go to the ISM. The institute is Indian Institute of Skiing and Mountaineering. you go to their website and you have to just register. And I forgot how much the course costs, but yeah, that's.
We can ask these children only this question.
Okay. So there's a question more on homeschooling, but I think you boys can answer it better. Deepak is asking, he has started his homeschooling with a 5-year-old. And what next? How to take things forward? And if they come out of homeschooling sometime in future, how they fit into regular curriculum? Dhrupad is raising his hands. So you can just guide based on your journey. What next? What next after you're out of the school? What can somebody do?
Skanda, you, because you've been out of school, I haven't been to school.
Okay, out of homeschool.
I think it depends on you and your child, what you guys decide to do, and what is his interest and what he likes at the time, and then you guys can take a call. I really don't know what to answer.
They're asking how they fit in regular curriculum.
Okay, I guess that's more a question for me as to how in future. So can we do this like this, everybody? Can we first ask questions to these boys, and at 4 o'clock I can take questions specific to me, as in specific about unschooling and all that. Those questions I can take. So yeah, right now you can ask questions. So Sandeep is asking, do you think you will take formal education in future?
Not
No,
just.
I don't think so. I will take a formal education in future. Mind that.
Drupad, would you take formal education in future?
I do not know. Right now, I wouldn't want to do it, but maybe in the future for something else, I would do it. I don't know.
I mean,
And
if I,
it's
yes,
so because the football is gonna last like only maybe till I'm 30 or 35. If I become professional, mostly it's gonna happen because I'm gonna do it. So after that, to do something else, maybe I'll have to do school. So I'll do it at that time.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe, do you think if you need to go to any formal education, what do you think? You think you'll be able to go or not?
I think I'll be able to do it because it's not like I haven't been doing anything. Probably passing the history test with good score. I mean, good grades and stuff. So I'm not too worried about that. And I'll learn whatever I have to learn at that time.
Yeah.
Okay. Roshni is
Yeah,
asking
Roshni.
Drupad, is that when you were younger, were you happy with the kind of peer group interaction you experienced?
Oh, like what age? I don't know. Like
At
which age.
different ages, you can share whatever you remember. Were you happy with your peers in your journey till now?
Yeah, good people. Probably saying everything bad about them right now.
Yeah. So just to clarify, Drupad has been in Aarohi from beginning. So in that sense, he has always had children around him of different ages to give him company. What about you, Skanda? You're happy with your peer groups? And you can also talk about how you made peer groups by friends outside of schools, even by traveling and by people older to you.
yeah, when I just came out of school, as I told, I didn't have much friends. Only the friends are around my house, and they were not doing much because they would only come to play cricket every day. So so then when I came to Aarohi, yes, I found a lot of peers who helped me in my learning. And when I traveled, I went to different conferences or unconferences, like at LSUC and different camps. And there I found a lot of people who are like my peers. So yeah.
Yeah, so I just want to add, Skanda, as a facilitator, that it's a new thing for me to know that you don't know how to make friends, because I've always, because I've always seen you interacting with whether the volunteers come to campus or you travel with people, or even after travel you keep connecting with them, like you were talking about that, a friend from Goa with whom you want to make some summer program and all. So good, I'm here. I got to know something new about you, which is
So Supriya is saying how you guys answer people when they are shocked that you guys don't go to school.
For the time we don't tell them that we don't go to school because
Yeah,
like
yeah,
we just meet suddenly, like okay, I'm in like 10th standard and I go to some like random school just to,
yeah. I just say Aarohi. They don't ask anything else. So I just say, yeah, I'm in 9th standard and I go to Aarohi. That's all.
but
Because
for
few
the
people,
football, sorry, continue.
few people who are curious and who will understand, I'll tell. And few people who won't understand, I wouldn't take the effort to tell them also.
And like for the people like for football, since I'm gonna be there for quite some time, so I can't tell them that I go to some random school. So I tell them that I do homeschooling, and so I just say I'm studying from Khan Academy, which I'm not. Say some and get away with that.
Yeah.
But
There was a time, Dhrupad, you were in biology and physics from Khan Academy and maths. What happened to that?
it died.
Okay, the interest died. Okay, there's a question by Saurabh to both of you. What kind of things do you read to keep yourself updated?
It depends on what updated, because of this because if it's about this political stuff and all, then just some person will like, share information. I don't have to read anything about that. In terms of football, I have an app that tells all the news, so I don't have to do anything. And I don't know what else is to be updated of.
Yeah,
You can
same.
share what all different things you read. What are your readings in?
Um, I read like books. Like, are you talking about books or like
Yeah,
news?
whatever you read.
Okay. Um, I've read a few biographies of players, and I'm gonna read a book by a coach, which says Relentless. Um, and I read a lot of novels of different stories, just young adult books and teenager books, those kind of stories, action books and stuff like that.
Skanda,
And
you want to share?
Yeah, I don't read a lot of books because I get bored of it after some time. So, but
but
yeah,
I think, yeah, Skanda, I think I was amazed when we were interacting about the fishes and all. I was asking the question to you, how did you, got to know, and then you were sharing. So you want little share that
Snakes, fishes.
how you are, whatever is interest to you, you are gathering information about it.
yeah, I don't read books, but I some when I need to gather information, I read articles or from Wikipedia or any of those, and I keep reading to just keep getting information. As now, even the animal thing, some things which are not kept as pets. One full day, I just kept reading about what all animals are for what region, what animals can be kept as pets, because because a lot of people ask me, or a lot of people just take some parakeets as pets, and I keep guiding them. So all of those I keep reading from Wikipedia, or yes, or I know a person who's an animal, who's a wildlife conservator. I don't know. So I asked if I have any doubts.
Okay, this Supriya is asking, do you find schoolgoers to be different from you?
I mean, first I judged a lot of people who went to school. Then I realized that it's not their fault that they go to school, but I don't see much. I mean, yeah, there is some difference in the thoughts and how I think and how they think. But it's similar. I mean, it's still fine.
Okay, Dhrupad, you have any answer to that? Do you find schoolgoers different from you? You might be meeting them in your football clubs and skiing clubs and all that.
Uh, Not school goers. Like I have no, I don't know, no comment. I don't have anything about that.
So, are you saying that they are like just like any other person, or are you saying you haven't interacted much?
They probably know some things that I don't know. That's because they have most of them because that's their part of the school, and I don't want to learn that. So they probably know some of that, and I probably know more of the fitness stuff, which most of them might not know,
Okay,
Yeah.
except the football school going guys, because they are footballers.
sure. Okay, Anina is saying, at any point, have you been overwhelmed with any kind of uncertainty about your interests?
I can go about that. I think it was last year only. I found it hard in football where I was there, so like I want to try something else, and then I like let me do acting, but I kind of said it as a joke. I don't think I actually meant it, but that was the closest I had a doubt in myself. Obviously, when you don't do good, you kind of doubt yourself, but then it just goes away.
Yeah, for me, there are some thoughts coming, keep coming here and there, but then I think I come over it somehow. I reflect on what I was thinking and what I will be doing later, or what I am doing right now. Then I think I come over the thoughts. Yeah, but there is a lot of times I think about why am I choosing this interest instead of another one.
Yeah, and also I think when you get overwhelmed about what you're doing right now, for me it's football, and I love football. So if I say I want to do something else, I'm like, is that thing better than football? And most of the time it's not. So just football is the one that sticks.
Hmm. Okay. Pragna is asking, how do you guys go about planning your schedules? Do you have any goals for a specific period? Did you get the question, Skanda?
Uh,
Yeah. How do you go about planning your schedule? That's your cat.
I don't know how to explain.
Right? Drupad, you can share. However, you make your spreadsheets, you make whatever you do, you can share. How you plan your practice and all that.
Um, I don't have like a year-long plan. Like obviously I have goals like in the next 2 years I want to play in Bangalore Super Division, those kind of goals, but they're not on paper. They're just in my head. The main planning stuff is like for weekly. I do weekly planning on a spreadsheet and update the skills, football skills, what I want to focus on them, how much have I been doing, and what I could change. So I update weekly right now, and that's only for the football skills. I have to come up with a spreadsheet for my other stuff in football, like visualization and those kind of things. So I haven't yet done that. I'll probably do it tomorrow.
yes, same. I mean, even I do weekly planning, but so I do the skills which I have to improve that week, or at least
Yeah.
go one step up. So I plan those, and then as he said, there are like big goals, like in another 2-3 years I want to become this, I want to get better in that or something like that. But yeah.
Okay. Roshni is asking, what roles have your parents and family played through this learning journey? Anything that you wanted them to do and also not to do?
Oh, shit. Uh, I think they played a, I don't know what to say, a significant role, if that makes sense, um, in kind of pushing me to do things and like not running. I like run away from things when I don't, when I find it hard to like pushing me in that. And basically, yeah, that. Now, I don't think anything should be different because when they give me feedback, sometimes I do get angry at that point, but then later I kind of like consider it and like see that it actually makes sense. So I don't mind that happening.
Yeah, same. Even I feel, as he said, sometimes my mom or dad pushes me into doing some things, and I'm like, oh, it's really dumb. Why should I do it? But then I realize after I do it, or after they me to do it. Then I realized it's actually helping me in my life. So they want.
Okay, Saurabh is asking.
Home is that.
Sorry, Om is asking, do your friends say how lucky you are not to go to school, or they ask, why don't you go to school?
I mean, I get both questions.
Yeah, it's both.
And
And
then
like
I get one more is like, why are you not going to school? You know, you're never gonna succeed in life. That's also from my friends, not by uncles, from friends.
and people who say that, I think, I mean, I know they've heard of Steve Jobs, but they probably forgot about him. So I don't know. Like, it's stupid that you don't succeed in life. I forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, so what I was saying
Okay.
was,
Yeah. Sorry.
when people say that, oh, you're so lucky that you're not going to school, is they only see that no exam part. They don't see that we have to do our
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
as well.
yeah, I agree.
You don't have teachers on you, you don't have exams, everything's good. Like,
You
that's
can just chill at home. That's what they say.
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah.
When you say that you're busy this weekend or something, they're like, what do you have to do? You're not going to school. Like,
Yeah. I swear.
Okay, Dhrupad and Skanda, there are a couple of questions on Facebook. I'll read it out for you.
Okay.
Divya is asking to Dhrupad, when and how did you learn to read and write and do basic maths?
I know for reading and writing, I think it was 7 or 8. Like, it was late. It was late when I learned how to read and writing from the normal standards of when you're supposed to learn. I wanted to search for a few cars on Google, so I didn't know how to like write or read or type for that matter. So I don't know. I just learned it. I started reading Chota Bheem, which I don't know why I was reading it. Uh, and then slowly went into better books. And by the time when normally people would start reading Harry Potter, I was still reading Geronimo Stilton, which is a bit late, but I didn't mind it at that time. But now I think I'm normal, caught up with everyone else.
Okay.
Basic basic math. I don't think I know basic math. Like, I would know like I do know basic maths, but like I don't remember when I learned it completely or if I have learned it completely.
Then how did you do the accounts job of Aarohi for 1 year?
Calculator.
We still know the basics, no? The basics.
That's nice, yeah.
Yeah, so he was every year one child is the accountant of Aarohi. So 1 year Dhrupad was the accountant. So
Basic math. Okay, there's another question for both of you. Have you ever been felt left out of schooling in peer groups like regular school children?
As I said, I haven't interacted much with school people, so I don't feel left out.
But when you go to skiing and other, when you travel,
In in skiing, everyone is just skiing. There's
okay.
the roommates that I had, we in the last time I went, I had like a few uncles and just one like guy of my age and us like friends. So I don't. They did not like ask about the questions. They kind of understood. Like, there were a few people who asked questions about what do you do and stuff. But one of the persons understood homeschooling and like I gave my example of accounting. So and the guys like, so with a normal 14-year-old know how to like what is credit and debit, and he was asking, helping me asking those questions to the people who were asking me questions.
Yes, Kanna, go ahead.
I mean, for me, when my friends who go to school talk, I feel it's very funny because they don't talk about what happens in school. They talk about what happens outside of school, and I never feel left out because I because I have a lot of friends who tell me that there's a lot who tell me their experiences with school, and I'm like, okay, fine, I'm fine with this. So yeah, that's all.
Okay, I think Sandeep is asking, who are the people whom you look up to? Who inspires you?
Like famous people?
Famous.
I'm asking.
Yeah, bro. Famous people only. Or anybody.
Um, you go first.
No, you go.
Okay. For football, I have quite a few people that there are a lot of players that I like, but the main is Ronaldo. That's the player that I looked up to like when I started playing football. So he's one of the idols, and a few YouTubers, professional footballers who also have YouTube channels. Since they give a lot of insight about their professional life, I'll just look up to them because I don't know anybody else who like shows their life about football, professional football. So those people, and for fitness. Again, a few fitness YouTubers. Yeah.
Me, I mean, I have so many people. So for like rap and hip hop, I have a lot of people. But yeah, the main are like Logic, and then some Indian rappers like Brotha V. He's from Bangalore, and yeah, he keeps putting different things about rap on his Instagram, and I keep learning about different techniques and stuff like that. So yeah, those two.
Yeah, so Drupad, someone called Selicha on Facebook is sharing that my name is Krishna and I'm also a footballer. So if later you want to connect uh, with him,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so I think we can sorry.
Yeah, I just want to share with both of you is that sometime I think the questions which are asked, you might have been asked many number of times, and you must be feeling, what is this? But I think let me share that by sharing your stories, I think you are you're helping a lot of parents to clarify their doubts, supporting a lot of other people in many different ways that for them to be able to start this journey. You were I will say you were fortunate enough to have that journey. Because your parents got exposed to this different kind of a learning, and I think you are now, just by spending an hour and sharing your journeys and answering those questions from your point of view, because we as an adult, parents, facilitators, have a different point of view, but when you share it, it makes a lot of difference to the people who are listening to you. So I just wanted to share my a huge gratitude to both of you, and all the children who have been coming on this. Sometimes it can be not only for you, even for adults it can be very difficult, very challenging to be on YouTube or whatever, the Zoom, and unknown people you are interacting, and all those kind of things. But I think you guys have accepted those challenges, and then and really shared your journey. So I just want to say thanks to both of you. Yeah, Drupad, go ahead. You want to say something?
There is challenge to be on Zoom. I said we play games on Zoom, so there's not really.
Okay.
Yeah, we are very good to Zoom, no?
So you're fine with it. Okay. Anyway, thanks. Thanks to both of you, Drupad and Skanda. Yes, Skanda, you want to say something?
No, nothing.
Okay, so one-liners to all the children out there who want to do open learning. Some people call it homeschooling, unschooling, but we call it open learning. So any message from your side? It's like you are seniors. You've been doing it for so many years. Dhrupad has been doing it for 15 years. Skanda has been doing it for almost 7-8 years.
Do it. That's it.
Same thing. Yeah, just do it.
Okay. So thank you, Dhrupad and Skanda, for joining us. And as Aditya has already mentioned, it will help others. So what I can do is, although the webinar we have scheduled is from 3 to 4 and we have reached 4, but I can be around to answer. I can see in chat some questions related to homeschooling, unschooling, so I can answer your questions. And if you have questions about Aarohi or any question related to unschooling, homeschooling. Oh, that is Skanda's cat, which you rescued from somewhere.
Jumping everywhere.
So if you guys want to sign out, you can sign out. So once again, thanks Skanda and Dhrupad. You can carry on with your schedule now, and I can take questions from various guests who are there part of this webinar. Okay.
There are a couple of people who are sharing their thanks to you. I think we haven't read that, but I think it's like they're sharing their joy with both of you.
Yeah.
Thank you all for listening to them and being there. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's. The one question that I can see here is about somebody saying my child is 5 years, and won't the child require more support and so on. So at what age? So I don't know your name. Can you please type your name in the chat window? That helps me to talk to you rather than the device name. It says Oppo Reno 2. I guess that's the device name. So if you can type your name, Veena. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Veena. So Veena, I have a totally opposite view to that. Veena, Deepak, yeah, Deepak, yours is also 5-year-old, I think. So my view is completely opposite. My view is the younger the child, the more fiercely independent, self-directed learners they are. At 5, they are at any age for that matter. See, we are. If you really pause for a moment and think about it, we are designed to be self-directed learners. When we are born from 0 to 3 or 4 years, and we are very self-directed learners. All babies, all toddlers are very self-directed learners. And as we grow older, as in let's say above 25, we are again a self-directed learner. So at any point of time, we are, I would say, a self-directed learner. And at 5 years also, they're very self-directed learner. Yes, they would need support. Who doesn't need support? Even at this age, I need support in many different ways. So it's, I think let's not confuse support. See, we are not living as independent people. I'm not independent. I would say I'm interdependent. In the same way, every child is also interdependent. And if we have family around, the child has family around him to nudge, to guide, to help think through, to help plan, to help reflect. And if you have other people in whom you connect with, it could be neighbors, it could be cousins, relatives, and communities like Aarohi. That is why Aarohi exists, where we all can come together as a community and actually, value add in each other's journey. So that's the whole idea. And I would say any age is perfect for self-directed learning, whether you're 2, whether you are 5, 12, 22, 52, 102. That just does not matter. Yeah. Because as I said, I think naturally we have been genetically designed to be self-directed learner. We gravitate towards whatever interests, we move towards whatever interests us. We can be for hours involved into what interests us. If you have the doubt, oh, will he just watch YouTube videos or TV? But that's because the child hasn't thought about, hey, how can I, or what can I, or what do I want to learn? But as soon as the child gets that space that, oh, I can do this also, do that also, do that also. I think more children typically say, I don't have time. In lockdown, so many of our children are saying, oh, we don't have any time. We're super busy doing so many different things of all ages, I'm saying. Skanda himself has a younger sister and she's super busy, and so on. Meaning everybody is super busy, all ages. So I don't know. I think it is just a change in our perception, and then everything starts head. If you're a little lost, how can I do that? Well, then that's where we come in. We can help you, guide you, how you can help your child use his own natural self-directed learning approaches towards living his day-to-day life. Yeah, so that's a long answer to your short question. Okay, Bhuvneshwari wants to ask a question. Yes, Bhuvneshwari, you can ask a question. If you want to come on mic, you can also do that.
Great, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm Bhuvneshwari. Hello, everyone. I have one basic question. My son is in grade 10, so I cannot move him now to homeschooling right now till he finishes his 10, because this year he's going to write his 10. But for my daughter, she's in grade 6, and I want to move her to homeschooling or out learning, whatever you call
So
that.
open learning, yeah.
Open learning. So
Yeah.
what I have seen is, like, during this lockdown, I have seen my daughter doing a lot of things which actually inspired me to go for this, think
Sure.
over this point.
Yeah.
Now, my major concern is, I know you answered that 5 years or 6 years or 10 years or any year can do self-guided learning. I agree. But as a parent, I travel a lot. I'm a person who has been on, like, I live a life out of suitcase, being a mother. But my husband, credit goes to my husband to take care of my kids, and he is the actual teacher. He's actually a coach who quit his IT job to become a sports coach.
Oh wow. Okay.
So he is the teacher who actually guides them. So I want to know, when I move my daughter in grade 6 to homeschooling or open learning methodology, how she's going to learn, I know that, but how is that going to impact her when she moves to grade 10 or something, how that happens? Because I know I joined a little late. I missed certain things, what Dhrupad or Skanda said. So I would have missed out initial classes because I don't know which classes they are in. But I did miss out few minutes in the beginning. So how would the child take 10 standard board exams, or how is that happening? Because I know creativity comes in all forms and they would be able to develop that apart from academics. But how would they go for higher studies like board exams, and after 10, like how we have in regular schools, like 10th you have board, 12th you have board. So how is that being planned in open education?
Okay. So the first thought is, the moment you call it open education, it's up to the child whether the child wants to give a 10th or a 12th or go to college. The child can just continue learning on his own. In fact, both the boys today, as of now, Skanda and Dhrupad, both don't plan to give any 10th or 12th.
Okay.
My own older daughter, she is 21 years. She has never got any degree in her life. She has not done any 10th, 12th, and so on. Meaning there are so many such stories. So I'm saying, the moment you say open education, which is why I like that word open learning more than homeschooling or unschooling, because that only tends to talk about the schooling years. Okay. But when we say open learning, it's really up to the child. He is a learner. He will learn. If he or she feels that she wants to go to a particular college for doing something specific, then the child will give. So I can give you an example of a child. His name, okay, let's not get into his name. He wanted to become a pilot. Now, to become a pilot, you need to give, at least in India, you need to have a 10th and a 12th.
Correct.
To go to an aviation institute. So he's giving 10th this. In fact, he just finished his board exams from Karnataka. So he prepared. For some subjects, he prepared himself. For some subjects, he needed a tutor. So he did that, and he has given this board exam just this month. I think last month, sorry. Yeah, he has finished his exams. There's another child who is majorly into cooking. He cooks the whole day, or rather, he can cook the whole day. He's so interested in cooking, and he's a really good cook. But so we gave him the option, his parents and we all together gave him an option, that you don't need to go to a 10th, 12th. You are already such a good cook. Imagine you can cook for the next 5, 6, 7 years and you will be a really good chef. So you don't really need to go to a 10th, 12th. But from his research, from his point of view, he wanted to go to a hotel management institute. So it is his decision. He decided, and he has gone. He is again giving 10th, I think in September or October, because he says, I want to give 10th, then I want to give 12th, then I want to go to a hotel management institute. There's another child. He is now 18, but he decided a couple of years back he doesn't need to give any 10th, 12th because he is interested in adventure sports. And he said, in that I don't need anything. And he loves cars and he loves adventure. He's already working with an adventure company based out of Cochin. And yeah, he's thoroughly enjoying what he's doing. And I'm sure his employers are getting a lot of value from his work because he's completely passionate and has a lot of knowledge about cars and different adventure sports. Right now, he's into car adventure sports, rallying and stuff like that. And he's also an avid photographer. So I'm just giving you different stories. So children could choose to go into a 10th, 12th and a college, like a couple of examples I gave. And there are other many examples who did not find any value in 10th and 12th, and hence like how Skanda and Dhrupad today were, both of them were saying no, they don't plan to do any higher learning at this point of time. But at any point of time, if they want to or they need to, they will figure out. They will do their. If they will find out how they can end up into a school or college.
About that. Another question that I have is, how does Aarohi come into the picture if I want to move into open schooling for my little one? How does Aarohi is going to help me with that is my next question. How can I help that she gets to know things? I know she will learn, as you said, but still it boils down to the same thing. The reason I'm asking, because I have a couple of friends of mine who are interested in this homeschooling concept along with me. But everybody has the same concern. How are we going to move them in that direction, or how they want to move in that direction, thought process, or whatever that thought process is? And how is this homeschooling? Like, I know most of the, I did go through online, some of the parents who do homeschooling for the children, where they said they are connected to some online CBSE board, something, where the child gives board exams, they do this. So this is all pretty confusing for me.
Let me get into the answer, because I would like to take other people's questions also.
Yeah.
So sorry to kind of cut you short.
No, it's okay.
Aarohi, or for that matter, any community can first of all offer you a community, as in your child and you as a family, a community where there are so many more parents and so many more children. And we personally believe that, you know, it's wonderful to be in a community where there are more children, more adults, and everybody is contributing to everybody. One parent is teaching another child who needs some help, and another child is teaching a parent how to solve a Rubik's Cube, and so on. So there is so much of sharing happening between the different members of community. So that is what Aarohi offers. On a regular basis, Aarohi has a campus, and children, parents all come here whenever the parents whenever they want to, but children can't come here and stay here and be here on a regular basis. Right now, since because of this lockdown for the last 4 months, children are not able to come to the campus, and we don't know how many more months they are not be coming. So we are all connected through an extended format where each one is at their home, but we are all daily basis connected with each other. We are collaborating, connecting, doing things together, learning, teaching from each other. Just at 2 o'clock, 1:30 to 2:30, I was in a club called Business Club, where there were children, there were adults, and we were all discussing about different questions about business setting up and so on. So there can be so many collaborations and connections that happens when there are so many of us together. So that is what actually Aarohi is doing. We are also there as facilitators. So we do two things. One, we can help children think through, plan, reflect. Like these boys, they may need deep diving. They want to go deeper into their interest, help them with resources and so on. So we play that role also. And also we are there to support parents because you may have doubt, you may want other guidance or ways to look at it. So like how Deepak was asking some time back. So we are there to guide parents also, as well as children also, as part of Aarohi. So this is what Aarohi can offer to you and is designed to do. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there
Thank
are
you so
number of
much.
parents who have the younger children. They come to campus. They like since they were in Bangalore. So there's a parent and child. Child was 5 years old. They would come alternate weeks. Then slowly they reduced to once in a week, once in a month, and now they are continuing their journey at home of homeschooling with the support of the community. They are still connected with very much part of the community. So it's not that you are joining an organization or you are that kind of a relationship. It's more of a support system for all our children and all the parents who are seeking to go on to this path. So it's not that you need to depend on any one community like Aarohi. You can create a space around your space, and then we can support you. You can learn from our experiences, you can learn from many other people's experiences, and then create. If you don't want to create, I think you can join a community. You can uh,
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
find different ways. Yeah, yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you so much. I will connect with you offline to get more questions clarified. Maybe I have
Right,
other
right.
people, so I'll do
Yes,
that.
yes.
Thank you
Drop
so
it on
much.
Facebook also.
Yeah,
After that,
yeah.
that'd be great. Yeah.
So let me respond to Nidhi's question, who's saying, uh, uh, in terms of time, when will she learn how to find, create boundaries, follow a routine? So please realize that even I'm learning. Still at 52, I'm learning how to create boundaries, how to be focused, how to plan. I think it's a lifelong journey. The very journey of being of planning, organizing, prioritizing, that's to me is education, and that cannot be learned by some YouTube video. That you have to learn by doing. And if she has started at 6, she's lucky. She started early, right? People like me, we were not having any plans. The school told us what to do, how to do, when to do, how much to do. Then college told us how to do, how much to do, blah blah blah. You know, so we started learning about all of this, how to plan my life much after we stepped out of the college. So if you really look at it, at 6, at 5, or at 4, as Malay is asking, okay, you guys are lucky, or rather your children are lucky. They are starting early. They will learn how to plan slowly as they are learning so many other things. And this is an important part of their growing up, how to drive their and design their own life. The boys whom you met today, Dhrupad and Skanda, it's not like they're any perfect or everything is super. I hope you haven't got only the good picture. They have their own ups and downs, their struggles, and they would plan not do, they will not plan do, and so on and so forth. And it continues. If it continues for me, I'm sure it continues for them, and that's what life is all about. Yeah, and that is where the support, the family all comes in, who nudges, pushes, pulls you, challenges you, and sometimes shows you a different way, and you may like it, you may not like it, and so on, right?
Yeah, so I think the whole idea is, so it's not about a easy journey,
Yeah.
or it's not that, as I think boys were also sharing, that it's not that if, just because we are not giving exams and there are no teachers, our life is easy. Their life is, I mean, as challenging as any other life would be, but the difference is that they are leading their life and they are choosing those challenges which they want to work through, and that's how it works.
Yes, so I think similar questions between Malay, Supriya, Nidhi, even Deepak was asking earlier. And we have a question from Divya in Facebook. Um, how do you view and support a child who isn't able to see an interest, right? Um, uh, so again, I don't know, Divya, how old your child is, but basically, people find their interest sometimes at the age of 30, 40, 50. So I hope your child is not 50 years old. So if anything less than 50, I would say, obviously that 50 is just a joke. The point is, I think all of you, I would say two things, right? One is, just because we have the child in school or out of the school, one of the things that we need to do is remove expectations. Because the moment you remove the child from the school and say, okay, now you're doing open learning, now suddenly expectations start. You should have your day planned, 50 things.
You should have your interest in place.
Yes, you should know what your interest is. But that's not really important. My daughter at 21 still has so many interests. If you ask her, what are you doing? She says, wait, you want to know what I was doing yesterday, or what I'm doing today, or what I'm doing tomorrow? And she's 21, right? And she has so many interests. So I think we need to relax. We need to say, okay, let's enjoy today by doing, exploring a lot of different things. And one of the ways to do that, I'm again repeating, is to be part of a community. You can be part of Aarohi community, or you can be part of any other community, or you can create or form your own community. What happens in a community is that different people bring different energies, different strengths, different skills, and so on. And children are able to then, not just children, I would say children, adults, everybody is able to mix and match and see where what works for whom, which is exactly what Aarohi is doing now with everybody at their home. We have we have a platform called Slack, which is like a WhatsApp kind of a thing, but much more organized, where all of us are there and we are all can see who is doing what, who wants what. Yeah, that is Aarohi X only I'm explaining. And if I know what a child is doing, if the child know what another child is doing, so we all keep sharing there, and then we connect. So if I know what you like, if you like the same thing as I like, I give you a call. Okay, and I say, hey, can we do it together? And maybe we do it on a video call or a phone call or a Zoom call or a Google Meet or whatever. That medium is not important. We can just share things offline. We can share it with each other that, hey, this is the sketch I did, and you will share, this is the sketch I did. So a lot of collaboration happens, and you get a sense of, connecting with different people who have not just similar interests, but also interesting interest, so I may just connect with somebody, oh, I never saw this, or never thought of this, or never knew this, and so on. Like somebody was posting about this Neowise um, comet that has been there. Now, somebody is posting who is interested in astronomy, who knows about comets, but so many other people are getting to know about comets and all that, and maybe some of them are watching or at least Googling for it, and who knows. So there is a lot of, we call it in learning terminology, it is called collateral learning, where I am learning simply because she is doing it, not because I want to do. Just to give you an example, both my parents were doctors, and I learned so much about medicine and health and diseases just because they were around. I never had any interest in biology, but because they were around, I learned so many things. So in the same way, in a community, so many people doing so many things, we end up learning so many things. From Skanda, I have learned what is hip hop and what is rap, and how we can mix on a laptop, and we can literally create music on a laptop. We don't even have to know the instruments. Yes, and I've learned from him about fishes, about terrapins, about turtles, and a whole lot of things. Now, these were not my interest. I wasn't interested in them, but because he was talking about them, showing them, doing stuff, I got to know, oh wow, we can do like that. So that is what Aarohi is all about. Yeah. And that is exactly how it works. You can join anytime. Your child can be any age, but please realize it's the family who joins. You don't just join your child. It's not a school where you have sent your child to get something. It's all of us together, the parents, the child. So you can join anytime. I've posted the link on or you can just go to our website, or you can give me a call later also if you need any guidance. When you join the community, you start participating, you start connecting with people, you start sharing what you know, and you start asking people to guide you in what you don't know and you want to know. It could be a skill, it could be a knowledge, it could be just a new domain that you want to explore. So a lot of exploration and experimentation can happen.
Yeah, I think I also want to add to it that the moment we take away this boundary of curriculum from children as well as us,
Yeah.
The whole universe expands for them. Now there are no boundaries. They can learn from numbers to happiness. My daughter, who is 21-year-old, her one of the major goal of life is the happiness, and that drives her. So no curriculum tells you that okay, happiness can be your agenda of your life, but when we take away these curriculum constraint from our children's life, I think a lot of things comes out, and then they are able to look around. Okay, I get interested in visuals, I get interested in numbers, I get interested in words, I get interested in history, I get interested in making and creating things, I get interested in fishes, and that's how I think if there are 20 children in Aarohi, there are 25 interests, and there are multiple interests which children are able to look through. So open learning is not about that, the moment you take out the child and then now just get into another groove. It's not another system. It's another space it's a space for the child, where the child can grow and glow what the child is. And if that matters to you, I think open learning can matter for you also.
Yeah, so I put the contact details, and I'm sure you'll have more questions. So I think maybe one-to-one we can chat, or you can even ask now. We're here. We can answer your questions. Divya on Facebook, I hope we have responded to your question. You can ask, or you can just reply if it has been answered, or if you want a little more detail. Um, I think one of the concerns that parents think that they have to spend a substantial amount of time with the child. Well, let me put it this way. First of all, that's good news. Okay, you spending child with your time is good for your health, for your wealth, for your mind, for your weight, for everything. Children will make you run, jump, talk, chit chat, have fun, play games. So it's amazing. Yeah. Now let's think about the word substantial. I don't think you need to spend substantial time. What you need to spend is a time that you like spending and your child likes spending. And when both the energies are meeting, I think it can only be amazing, or it can only be infectious, I would say. Also, there's a time to spend on how you can value add to each other. So it's not one way. It's not like only the child plans. This is one of the mistakes a lot of parents do. They only get the child, okay, now you are at home, so now you plan what all will you do.
Your interest.
What are your interests? But let the parent, if I am the parent, if I have a 5-year-old or a 10-year-old or a 15-year-old, I would first say, let's all plan our day. This is my plan for the day. Now, if today I start sharing, I am my planning, and let's say in the evening I discuss how part of it only I met and part of it I didn't meet, then the child is now understanding how my dad plans, or how my mom plans, or how my grandmom plans, and so on. And when the child sees that, then slowly the child also understands and learns. Yeah. In the same way as the reflection. If at the end of the day, if I were to reflect how my day was, which social relationships worked, where what did not work, where I messed up, what mistakes I did, then the child gets to know, okay, it's all right to do mistakes. It's all right to not do the things the way ideally people are supposed to do. We are not perfect human beings. And then the child also gets into his or her own reflection. So I hope you're getting me. It's not so much about time. You know what is important now, and hence you focus on that rather, and letting the child to lead the rest. The child should feel that you are available. That's more important than actually the quantum of time. Sometimes with many of our children, we spend very little time actually in terms of hours, if you are calling it. But they know that, hey, these guys are available. They can call, they can connect, they can come and ask, they can bother. And I think that's the biggest gift we can give to our children, is availability, not our gyan, not our fundas of planning, organizing, and so on and so forth, or time management for that matter, but more of the availability and a lot of understanding. So that is how I will look at it. So yeah, I think I could just go on. So yeah, if you have more questions, we can obviously talk about it. You can always call us. I have put the details. The people on Facebook, all the details are there on our page, so you can take it from there. Uh, so please feel free to connect with us. Yeah, if there's no more questions, then we can pause this webinar here. We will again be there next Saturday with another family. This time we have a family from Lucknow who have 2 children, so they would be talking about their journey of open learning, and one of the child is going to a school, part school, and one of the child is not at all going to school. So it's a very interesting mix. That is next Saturday. Meanwhile, if you have questions, you can call us. Dwiji is sharing something interesting. Dwiji is one of our community parent and family, and yes, what Dwiji you are saying is absolutely right. At the core is the faith and the confidence in your child, uh, uh, and the rest follows. I think the moment we give them the gift of faith and confidence, it just works amazing. Yeah. So thanks, Dwiji. Thanks for adding the whole aspect of of the confidence and faith we need to have in the child. And the best part when we give faith and confidence to the child is that the child gets faith and confidence. You see, when we impose ourselves, they get imposition. When we give them that confidence and the responsibility for themselves, well, they are getting responsibility. So they are getting responsible. That's the beauty of it. You have to look at it that way. And it works that way also. Yeah, so thanks, Dwiji, for that. Right, so thank you very much. I think we will pause here. And as I said, with the promise that you can call us and connect with us or email us, and we are there to support your journey. Yeah. If you want to be part of the Aarohi community, the details of Aarohi X is on the website and the registration form is also there. Feel free to call us if that is what you need help for. Yeah, thank you. Bye-bye. Have a great day.
Thank you.